Hello, thank you for tuning in to this tutorial. I am Fharnell Marshall, the Admin Strategist, and today we are going to do a quick tutorial on how to share your Google Calendar with another email address, whether it is a Gmail or a alternative email account. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is sign into your Gmail account and go to your calendar. From there, you're going to want to select this toolbar on the right-hand side at the top of your screen and select Settings. And then you're going to want to go down on the left-hand side of your screen to where it says Settings for my calendar and select the calendar that you would like to update. And then you're going to select Share with specific people or groups. And from there, as you can see, I have shared my calendar with a couple of other accounts from Dr. E's account, who is one of the people who I work with, to my personal business account, and then to the nonprofit organization that I've recently started, to that email account as well. This is the email account that we're going to use for all intents and purposes in this tutorial today. I actually just did it in a previous attempt of recording this tutorial. So it's halfway there. So you'll already see it here, but in order to add a person or a group to your calendar, you're just going to want to go in and select the email address that you want to give access to. And from there, you have four options that you can grant access with. So you can grant access for someone to be able to see whether you're free or busy during a certain time. This means that they will not be able to see any details about what you are doing at that particular time on your calendar. They'll just see busy or free. There's the option to see all of the event details. That means that they'll see who's been invited to the meeting, what the meeting title is, what the details of the meeting are as well. You have the option to give them access to make changes to your event. So this means that they can update your calendar. They can add things to your calendar. They can edit things on your calendar. They can remove things from your calendar. Um, and they can send updates, alerts, things of that sort directly from your calendar. The last option is more of an administrative option. You really only want to use this option for someone who you trust and want to give essentially complete access to your calendar. And the reason for that is because they have access to make changes, but they also have access to manage sharing. And that means that just the way that I am showing you how to share your email account with someone else, they have the ability to do that. They also have the ability to remove access to for someone who you've previously shared access with to your email account. So those are just some things that you definitely want to take in consideration when you are doing this. I'm not going to click send in this moment because for the example that I'm using, I'm going to use my nonprofit's email address, which is the info@grace2serve. So I'm going to click cancel here. And I'm going to switch screens to the email that the person who you share your content with, this is the person, this is the email, excuse me, that that person would receive. So at my info@grace2serve email address, I received an email saying that Fharnell Marshall has shared a calendar with you. Hello, info@grace2serve.org. We're writing to let you know that Fharnell Marshall has given you access to manage events and sharing settings for the Google Calendar for Fharnell Marshall. After adding this calendar to your other calendars, you can hide or completely remove it whenever you want. And you would click Add this calendar. Again, I'm not going to do this because I've already done this step. And in a previous attempt of recording this video, so I already have the page pulled up where I clicked that. So when you click add this calendar, it takes you to your calendar and it advises you, hey, add calendar. It tells you the name of the calendar that we're adding, and we click add. And now, as you can see, my calendar has updated here on the side option, the side menu for this calendar. Now, my current calendar doesn't have very much on it, so I'm going to go back a little bit And we're going to go back towards March where I had a lot more things, traveling where you can kind of see it showing up here. So here is my calendar, my personal calendar, where I went to Dallas and then I was working the International Leadership Summit. I had some meetings in between. And so if I don't want to see that, I could simply check that off and it would remove. Or I can keep it there and have things be able to show up. Let me see if it's still here. So for instance, the launch of Grace to Serve was on my birthday. So you see that here, it was on my personal calendar. But then those things like the holidays, which are here. But if I didn't want to see that, I only wanted to see the things that were on the calendar, those would be there. So that is how you would go about connecting a Gmail or a Google Calendar to another person's calendar by going to those settings, selecting the email address, sending that request out to give access. And then once they receive that email alert, they would go in and add it to their calendar. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. I will do another tutorial. I believe you asked about how to connect Outlook as well. Share your Outlook calendar. So I'll do another tutorial for an Outlook calendar. But I do want to make a note that in the back office where you saw my business email, Fharnell at theadminstrategist.com, that email is an Outlook email. And so it does work with Gmail and with Outlook emails where you can share your calendar from Google. You can share your Google Calendar to those two calendar platforms.